Video, I'm going to share with you how I DIY'd my own wedding invitations with Zazzle. So to get started, I compiled a list of items that I needed for the invitation suite. This includes the main invitation, an RSVP card, the belly band, envelopes, stickers, return address labels, and an embossing tool, which I'm going to use to add an extra personal touch. To gather inspiration for my invitations, I created this Pinterest board, so I'm kind of going for this rustic vibe with green and white roses and maybe a little bit of blue mixed in there. So I really like this kind of green and white color palette, and I'm gonna head over to Zazzle.com because they're gonna have everything I need in one place. So I'm going to search for white rose and eucalyptus wedding invitations, and now I'm just scrolling through the different options that Zazzle has available and looking for something that looks exactly how I want, which I really like this one. So now let's go ahead and start personalizing these invitations. So over on the right you can see this big blue personalize button, so I'm going to click on that. And now you can see we have all these different fields we can fill out with our own information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I actually want to customize this a bit further. So I'm going to scroll down and click on the edit using design tool, and it's going to open it up in Zazzle's design tool. So this is almost more like a graphic design tool. You can see that there's like all these layers here that you can edit. And like every single item is on its own layer. So you've got the graphics, you've got all the text. So you can basically customize everything to be exactly how you want. So you can move these around, for example, you can make them bigger or smaller. You can change the color of the font. There's even a color picker, so you could grab a color from elsewhere in your design. So like these leaves, for example. And you can also replace these images with your own. So you can click on change image and then add your own image, and it will replace the image that's already there. So if you like the design but you want to change it to your own images, you can do that as well. So like this border, for example, which I purchased for my wedding website and some of the other signage that I'm going to be having. So if I wanted to have all of this matching, I could do that as well. So now that we have our finished design, let's take a look at some of the different finishing options. So you can either get printed versions or they have a digital download option as well. You can also get envelopes with them, but I'm going to select none for this because I want to get custom envelopes. There's also some fun options for the shape of the invitation. You can get like a scalloped edge or these cut corners. I think I'm just gonna stick with the traditional square shape though. And there's also a bunch of different paper options available as well. So some really nice different paper options here, just depending on what you want. So now let's decide the quantity, and I'm gonna go for 25. And actually I only need 22, so I'm just going to type that in to override the default. And now I'm just going to double check that everything looks exactly how I want and add to cart. So now I'm going to scroll down to where this collection is, and it's going to have all the other matching items. So I'm just going to scroll down to the RSVP cards here and pick the one that I want to use. So I chose this vertical RSVP card. So now I'm just going to go through and fill in all of my info. So one thing I want to do for this RSVP card is add a QR code here to take people to my wedding website so they can RSVP there rather than mailing the card. So I'm going to head over to the Elements tab over here on the left-hand side, and then you can see here it says add QR code. So I just typed in my wedding website address and it generated the QR code for me. So that's a pretty cool tip if you have a wedding website that you want to send people to RSVP or find other information about your wedding. So again, I'm going to make sure to select none for the envelopes because I'm just going to use the custom envelopes that I'm getting for the invitations. So you can also select the size and corner style as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and add another 22 of these to my cart. Now heading back over to the collection where all of the matching items are found, I'm going to select the other matching items that I need for my invitation suite. So now I'm just going to go through and customize the rest of these items. Since I couldn't find the matching return address labels, I'm gonna scroll down to where it says transfer design to a product. And it already has the return address label here, so I'm just gonna click on that. And now I'm gonna go into the design tool and personalize these return address labels using the existing graphic to make it look how I want. So the last thing I need is the embossing tool. So I'm just gonna search for embosser. And as you can see, there's all sorts of options for the embossing tool. So I'm just gonna scroll until I find one that I like. So I really like this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and customize that. So they even have this video here that's gonna show you exactly what it's gonna look like. And I'm happy with that, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my cart. So now I'm just going through my cart and verifying that I have everything I need and the right quantities for everything. So now I'm just gonna pay for these and wait for them to arrive in the mail. So now that we have all of our items, let's go ahead and put together our invitations. So this is what everything looks like. I've got the invitation, the RSVP card, the belly band, the envelopes with interior graphic, some stickers to seal the envelope, our return address labels, and embossing tool. So now I'm going to go ahead and put together these invitations. And I just put a sticker over the personal information. So I'm just going to center the RSVP card over the invitation and use this belly band to hold them together. So now I'm going to use this embossing tool to emboss just the one corner of the envelope. And now we have our finished invitations. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were inspired to create your own wedding invitations with Zazzle. Make sure to like this video and follow along for even more wedding inspiration and DIY planning tips. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers!